Most people manifest from their mind. Here, you remember how to manifest from your heart. I am Rish, and this is Reality Unlimited. Let's drop in. 7 years ago, one night in London, I was sitting with my best friend having drinks and following the phase where I could feel a cylinder of emotions trying to burst out of my body. And these words came out for the first time. And I said to him, I think I'm facing depression. That started a new journey for me where the voice I was ignoring for a very long time, I started listening to it. And this time it started guiding me to an incremental high of my life coming from the lows. That voice got louder, the one that I was ignoring for way too long. And that was not the logical voice. It was the voice of my higher mind, of my spirit. And this time it started guiding me to a clean diet, to my fittest body, the physical body, emotional body, mental body, and spiritual body, and really taking me towards the experiences which would then allow me to go from a state of confusion and helplessness to the biggest gift of my life. That was spiritual awakening. And this is what I want to share with you today. The concept of mind is the king. And this is often shared in our society these days, that mind is a king, mind over heart. But that also brings a lot of confusion with it, because we tend to think that it's the logical mind or the intellectual mind, but it is our higher mind, or what we call the spirit or superconscious mind. And that's been my experience connecting with it, because we are a big mind or intelligence by ourselves. So when we get in touch with our truth and see what's the immensity of intelligence that we carry, we get to see how these intelligence operate, and then we can work with them in the way they are meant to be worked with. So how I like to see is we are different levels of the mind: the superconscious mind, the conscious mind, the intellectual logical mind, which is the mind that we use for this physical reality, and then the unconscious, or the body. We often try to use our logical mind, which does not have the complete picture of our life, and it's using the past data to make sense of the future. But when we tune into that subtle voice of the higher mind, our true nature, then we see that it's taking us to our effortless life, because it has the complete piece of the puzzle of our life, as compared to the logical mind, which has the little pieces of the puzzle, and therefore it has to rely on the past to predict the future, and therefore that brings us suffering if we choose to live life from that intelligence. So look at your life and ask yourself, which mind do you listen to? And a lot of you would already know the difference, because they navigate differently, they feel different in the body, and they have different results in our lives. Let's talk about what's the difference. So the logical mind feels rushed. It is always taking decisions from the place of uncertainty. It might seem a lot confident, but it will feel very much in the space of uncertainty, because it actually doesn't know your path. It is always trying to predict and make sense of life. There's a big question mark. So in the body, it feels rushed, it feels controlled, like it's trying to make things happen. Although the whole society is trying to use the logical mind, and that's what I started doing, but it was giving me success in one area, the material world, while taking away the bigger essence of me, which was true satisfaction and true abundance in this life. And it really makes sense, because logical mind can only see the picture of the 3D world. So you can go as far as that material reality, but it cannot really give that true abundance in all other areas of your life. It cannot make you feel good. It cannot connect you with your soul's purpose. For that, we have to connect with our higher mind. And higher mind feels certain. So initially, the voice of the higher mind is low in volume because we are not listening to it. So it's very subtle. So you can differentiate by taking actions based on different voices that you hear and navigating your life based on that. Then you know which one is taking you towards your highest destiny. And higher mind might feel scary at times because, again, like I said, it sees the bigger picture of the reality. And the logical mind might come in and say that, I don't see that picture. Why are you taking that decision? But that is exactly the leaps of faith we have to take in order to shift the gears into the higher mind and trust that it is taking me to my highest destiny, and my best life is through this journey. So trusting is a very big part of the picture here, where you let the fear be present, still listen to the voice that doesn't make sense to the logical mind. It would be something like seasons in the nature, like you are building your state of being and watering in one season, harvesting in one season. The logical mind wants everything in the next step and predict like that. So when you can see that which one feels aligned but scary at the same time, that would be the higher mind. Which one feels not so aligned but confident in the now, that would be your logical mind initially. And the mind we give attention to, that voice keeps on growing. The volume keeps on getting up. For example, when you give attention to your higher mind, the volume will start going up and your logical mind will keep on getting on the side because it realizes that you are not listening to it. So there's no point in trying to shout more and more. So the practice for you today is to see which decision you're facing right now, small or big, and which voice is speaking for that decision. And now make a conscious decision to give more attention and energy to your higher mind's voice and see how this experiment goes for you in understanding deeper these two navigation systems. Once you have experimented and something amazing comes up that you would like to share with me, or you have any question, then feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. I would love to see that. And I'll leave you with a question here. What is your higher mind trying to tell you that your logical mind keeps taking you out of? Reflect on it and maybe journal on it, because once you shift the navigation system, your whole destiny shifts as well. Have an amazing week with this experiment and the reflection, and I'll see you coming week. Take care. Whatever shifted in you, trust it. If this landed for you, someone in your life needs to hear it too. Find me on Instagram at I am Rish Gupta. Your reality is unlimited.